It is Monday, and so yeah, I'm walking my dog. It's early. Fort Wayne is quiet, y'all. Ghost town. I had never seen a city that really quiet downtown. Most of the time it's quiet. It's quiet everywhere, but mostly okay. I know that's gonna change soon, you guys. I don't know how I'm losing. Yes, I do, because the wind is blowing, so I'm probably gonna lose signal there. I don't understand why I'm still losing signal here because we have like a couple of towers in the park. But anyhow, um, whew, yeah, I wanted to get on here, try to be a little consistent. One thing I noticed is that I need to um, go back to how I used to do, and because I feel really refreshed, and that is to have a set time for my devices to have a rest. Okay, I'm gonna say it that way because this is intentional. Um, because when you have rest, just like a human, when you have rest, you tend to be a little bit more productive. Also, I woke up to some things that were playing. It wasn't bad actually, it was good, but it was like a lot of positive affirmations that I was listening to, even though that's not what I had put on to listen to. Okay. Um, I placed on my thing to listen to more scriptures, things like that. But I got some positive affirmations, so which was good. So I decided to, yeah, give my devices some rest. Okay, and because I did that, we all felt restful. Okay, I know y'all like what the heck, but yeah, I was also watching this a channel, and it popped up in my feed, and it talked about some things that I was going through that I had experienced a little bit before. It was very shocking, um, literally. And it talked about that and how how to prevent it and how to just relax and recharge and how to be protected. And so I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot to do that. And once I started doing that, um, things got so much better for me. Things I felt, like I said, I feel rejuvenated. I feel, very much at peace. And so I think I'm going to continue that method and set timers to do exactly that. Um, yeah, set timers to do exactly that. Um, excuse me. What else? Um, yeah, it just helped with a lot of the frequencies that was going up. It made my frequency, the natural high frequency that I was already in, stay really good. So, like I said, I'm gonna keep that going. Ooh, they really finished that up. Also, I wanted to talk about manipulative people. You guys know I hate the N word, um, but there are people who are literally diagnosed um, with this, and it's really sad sometimes um, how people talk about people who are um, in that situation. And I don't know if you guys see it. It's another dog there on show. I have to turn around because there are a couple of people. I told you guys they sleep at not positive places. They sleep at public places that they know that they have like security so that they're safe and they can get enough rest. So I didn't want to go in and interrupt anybody's sleep or rest. Yeah, but anyhow, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, I was talking about toxic people, okay? And I don't care who it is, what it is, how it is. You have to understand that you are in control of you, and anyone, whether they're diagnosed as, having a personality disorder, or cluster B or cluster C personality disorder, or not, you have to remember and do what is best for you. But I'm going to tell you about, because this really happened to me recently, about dealing with someone who is toxic, and who, especially if they're trying to go against you, of course, most of them do. Um, Most of them do. A lot of them do it intentionally. Um, Hold on, y'all. Sorry, you guys. I'm walking my dog. Oh no. Oh no. Come on, handy dandy magic. Okay. And so, thank you guys for allowing me to do that. Um, so I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about the when you're dealing with, oh my goodness, when you're dealing with a person with that personality issue, that personality disorder, because it really is a disorder. Some people, I don't know. We're in a generation where sometimes people try to diagnose other people because they might have bad traits, and a lot of people who do have this personality disorder they're not they haven't been evaluated, so or they refuse it. So anywho, I wanted to talk about, how do you deal with that? I recently just had someone try to re-enter my life who um, was extremely um, toxic and had a lot of those characteristics. And now I am not a psychiatrist by any means, not yet, but um, I do know that if someone is being toxic to you, or you feel something that is not, the situation is not right, just get out of it. We always want validation. We always want that extra proof, especially myself. I can feel it from a mile away, like something is off. I don't want to deal with it. You can explain it to the T. I can explain to the T, and sometimes I'll just go along with it until the environment becomes very toxic. And then I'm like, you know what? I've said my piece instead of removing myself before, and go. And so, um, and so I've learned that when you see that first sign, leave. But most importantly, if you already been through it, and you found out that the snake was a snake because the snake bit you, don't be the victim the second time. Y'all literally had a snake come up my doggone toilet. It scared the crap out of me. But I haven't seen that in a minute. But they've been doing a lot of construction, so yeah. Ooh, that looks so pretty, y'all. Y'all see the buildings? Let me see. They're like trying to build up the riverfront. But anywho, um, yeah. If you already been bit, wouldn't it make sense for you to make sure that you stay away from that person. You know, make sure that you stay far away from that person, not just away, far, far, far away. You know, um, and so that's what I've definitely learned. You know, this person tried to reach out, and I was like, and they usually try to do it. I'm gonna tell y'all how people like this will try to do it, whether they're diagnosed with the personality disorder or not. People who are toxic and who have done you wrong, what they will try to do, because usually they'll try to find somebody else. This even goes for a toxic job, okay? They are going to, first of all, you can tell it's a toxic job when they talk about the previous person while you're there, especially if you're in that spot, or they're gonna dog this person out. But understand, when you leave, that's gonna be the same way that they say about you. That's gonna be the same exact way that they're gonna talk about you. So don't get it twisted. Don't get excited when they're promoting you or when they're saying little nice things about you while they're dogging out. Wow, not to say by yourself saying that you did a great job while they're dogging out the previous person who held your position. Um, but when you leave, even in a relationship, because a relationship do the same thing, talk about their previous relationship. You know, you're gonna see this, okay? Um, when you leave, they're not going, or when they leave you, because a lot of times they will leave you. You'll be stuck in a toxicity, and you'll be like, why? They left you, and you're like, okay. And you go about your business. You get really, you might even be down in the blue. I know me. I used to be down in the dumps when people leave me because I put so much energy into them. Okay. And it was already being one-sided. Most of the people, when it's reciprocal, they usually don't leave. They usually don't leave because it's an investment. Yeah. And so, um, yeah. They're gonna leave. They're gonna seem like they're having the happiest time of their lives. Okay, they're gonna try to flaunt people in your face. If this is a job, they're gonna promote the person that you know didn't have no reason to get promoted in your face. Okay, they're going to, if it is a person that of interest and you was with them, guess what? You're gonna see them all on Facebook flaunting. You're gonna see them acting like they have the time of their life, and sometimes they really do feel like they're having the time of their life. While you're sitting over there scraping, and you're like, "What the heck happened? What is going on? How does this even happen? How do I feel about this? Blah blah blah. Whoop de whoop." Okay, and you're just so torn and so heartbroken. But as time progresses, which it always does, you get to the real nitty gritty, the real true person. You get to the real true person of who someone is. And, yeah, you get to the real true person of who someone is. And, you decide, um, you decide that, um, you decide that you are going to say, forget it, I need to better myself. I don't like the way I'm feeling. I don't like the way I'm dragging. Or you say, forget it, I'm going to another employer. I'm going to better myself. While they're, living it up, you are having a hard time trying to up, climb up the ladder. You're having a hard time trying to climb up that ladder. And so, while doing that, you're going it through it by yourself. You're dealing with all the emotions that you had. Finally you get yourself to a good spot, and other times you end up soaring. Okay, I know when I left my ex, even when I left this last job, I lost weight. I lost like 5 pounds within days. I was happy. I was happier. A lot of things just started going for me. Not only that, I started getting blessings on top of blessings. A lot of things that I wish that I could have gotten. Oh, that looks so pretty. That I wish I could have gotten before. Um, before everything took the way it did. Before you left. Before you leave the company. Before you're with the person. Some of those things I didn't get. But as soon as I left and focused on me and focused on things that needed to be focused on, get a closer relationship with God, things started turning out a lot better. A lot better than expected. And so, yeah. Then they all of a sudden, because don't worry, I'm telling you, if it's a company that was toxic like that, I promise you they're going to be looking for you, especially if you did a lot of things that they didn't do. Um, my last job, I'm telling y'all, I was almost like an errand person. It was so annoying. Now, if I was getting errand pay, errand person pay or errand boy pay or errand girl pay, I wouldn't even have no problems with it. But I was just sitting here like, why am I doing this when I'm trained to do something else and I have certifications and qualifications to do these things? Which I don't care. Like if you're in a bigger company, why is this happening? You think like, well, I got a chance to move up. Maybe this is just the process. Because some places are like that, especially if they have highly skilled people, but this place, it's not. Okay. I noticed like it was just based off of who they felt should be there. Did not matter about certifications, did not matter about the hard work. Um, it's who they felt, you know. And that was cool. I'm honestly gonna say that was cool because it's ways to work around that. But yeah, but anyhow, I was very determined to get where I wanted to be. So these people, come on, rest assured that these people are going to be looking to where you're going to next, especially if you contribute more than what they were telling people or what they were leading people. Rest assured, and you was being light and you was showing light. Think about it. If you was in a relationship, if you was really loving to them and supportive and all that, and they were saying that you at the end they was very toxic, they were the N word, and they were very vile. Um, then come on, good job, E. Good job, girly. And so, um, they will be, um, they weren't loving, they weren't respectful of your boundaries. They, they name calling, they were doing very, vicious things. Let me tell you, once you leave them, they're going to be looking at you. They're going to think that you're going to be you're going to come back. Okay. That's what I'm telling you, talk to people because they don't understand it. They don't even understand that they're losing a lot of things when you're around somebody who's caring and loving. So they're not going to feel that energy. Some people don't feel it right off. Some people feel it instantaneously. They feel it instantaneously. And so usually they're not going to feel it. Sometimes they'll feel it right away, but they will keep an eye on you. And don't think that they will not try to do this as far as a um, stalking method. I'll say that it can be physically or spiritually, and it can most of the time. Usually, they will already have a network of people, a network of individuals, which we call flying monkeys, who are willing to do their dirty work. Some of them don't even know that they are, and they'll come out. Oh, well, how's so and so? They want to get to the person that's closest to them and try to find out. Okay, so that's another thing that I would tell you. If you decide to leave, I don't give a care if it's a job. I don't give a care if it's a person and it was toxic. I don't care how many friends you got up in there. I had some people that I really, really care for and I really, really like. The best thing for you to do for the first 6 months to a year, say nothing. Say less. Do not connect. Okay. There are some extenuating times when you need to connect, because it might be a connection that left to another connection. You need to connect with someone else um, that has opportunities for you, that is necessary. You guys need to do something else at the other job, or you guys had a relationship. Even if you had a relationship before, you want to make sure that things that you speak to them are limited. Not to say that everyone that you talk to is going to be toxic, or they're going to go back and tell. You just don't want anything to come back. So you don't want anything to come back to that person, because this person will feed off of crumbs and get little pieces to pile up the story. They're like little detectives, okay? When you left them, because they thought that you was going to be able, they thought you were going to fall, okay? They thought you were going to fall, okay? And when you don't, that's when it starts intensifying. When things start to intensify, and and so that's so crazy. They have no interracial couples on here, and we live in a place that's so interracial. Like, okay, um, anywho, and so, um, what else I was about to say? Oh yeah, yeah. So they're gonna go and try to find out where you're at. So you want to keep that distance, but after these 6 months, listen, they're gonna send people. They're gonna try to find out what you're doing, where you're at, and they eventually they're gonna try to show themselves up. Or they're gonna hear that you're doing well. What are they doing? When they hear they doing bad, oh, I knew they wasn't gonna do nothing. They was just a talking. It was this, it was that. Okay, they'll do that to you. But if you are, say for instance, that you are in a good place and you're doing well, they ain't gonna be able to stand that, okay? Because now they can't dog you out. They can't talk about you. They can't say that they was right when they was doing all that crazy stuff. It's making them feel like they are a loser, instead of saying, well, they just had a better path. So they're gonna try to find a way to come back to you. It might be through a text. Listen, this person who came back, this is why I made this video. I blocked that person. Not because of, and this is pure honesty, not because of, oh yeah, I was sick and tired of them. I knew that this person was being extremely manipulative, and I could not cut off my emotions from this person. This person was very, very, very manipulative. And I explained it to that person. I was just like, hey, well, maybe. And either way, it was like when I detached, this person would try to find a way and use my emotions over me. And so when you have that, I'm telling you, most of the time, people who are toxic like that, they know your weakness. So you need to tap into your weakness too. You need to get strong in your weakness. Know what your weaknesses are. You know, people think winning or overcoming them is, just going toe to toe and toe to toe with them. Don't do that. These people are skillful in that. I'm telling you, they're skillful in being manipulative. A lot of these people have really domineering mindsets, very maladaptive mindsets, y'all. They will do some crazy stuff, and they have a history. Let me tell you another thing. The person that tried to enter back, they have they have a personality is like a true Jekyll and Hyde. In front of everyone else, these people will act like they're the most outstanding people in the world, and behind these scenes, they are the most horrific, some of the most sadistic um, people that you could ever meet. And you can't, when you have people who have years of manipulation, and you're just coming through this, or if you've been with this person, understand that you have been losing the battle. You've been losing the battle before. That's why you're feeling the way you do. So you have to understand that this is an opponent that has one up you many times. You can be a fighter, you can be a warrior, but it has won many times over you in the mind. A lot of the battle is in the mind. Okay? And so you need to make clear indication. You need to make sure that when you go and this person comes back in, remember their strength and remember your strength. You know, I don't want you to look at this person like as just the strongest of everything. That's not it. You know, you saw their weakness. When you're ready to depart and you've already departed from them and you've seen what they are, you've already seen their weakness. What I want you to do is remember how they treated you. Remember not only that, the most thing you want to feel and you want to understand, how did you feel about it? How did you feel about it? How did it make you react? Because a lot of these people are good at making you look like you the crazy one when they did all the trouble, when they did all the manipulation. So you want to see, I'm telling y'all, the bread is in the pudding, the bread is in the pudding. Okay? When you get away from them, they gotta find somebody else to manipulate. Especially if they lazy. And they was trying to get you to do stuff and, or they've been telling people lies. Now that you're gone and the situation still happens, gotta ask yourself. You gotta ask yourself, how and why? How and why? And you'll start seeing a lot of truth in yourself. You'll start seeing a lot of truth that you can get, that you'll see a lot of truth in yourself as far as your capabilities and how strong you are. You'll see a lot of capabilities in the things to see how strong and weak they are. And once you know that, you already taken into account, because you already have a history with them. You've already taken into account that this person will try to one up you. They would try to do overhanded things. They will be very manipulative to get what they want. So the best way to treat and to deal with people like that, who had an opportunity to be close to you, is to not give them access at all. They can see your success, they can be a part of your success, but they got to be in the nosebleed seats. That's what they got to do. Okay? That's what they have to do. That's what they have to do. Okay? Y'all don't give a care if it was people from your past. Y'all could have been best friends. Okay? If somebody who's being toxic to you leaves and you've worked on yourself to get better, do not open that door. Do not. They're going to try to come back in, and they're not coming back in to help you, okay? They're going to say what they need to say. They're going to say whatever it is that they think that you want to hear, okay? Understand that. They're going to say everything that they think that you want to hear in order to get back in with you. I remember, I'm going to tell y'all because this is one of my coworkers. And he knew that it was one person, it was one of my coworkers, one of my bosses, was being very, like he was just really, everybody knew that. He felt like he just had something against me. I don't know why. It was just weird. Oh, you know what? I take it back. I do know why. A lot of those people had it like that, but to take it to that extreme, it was really difficult. It was really difficult. It made my life very much difficult. It made it made it weird. It made it very hard for me. And this person would use that. You gotta look at people who are just manipulative. They see that, oh, well, you need to get away from this person because they act like they're helping you. But in reality, they gotta give you some space, because now since they've been promoting you ahead, they gotta turn everybody away from you and give you the side eye undercover. They gotta do it undercover, under the radar. They figuring out a way to do that, and you'll see it all the time. Listen, you'll see it and you will know it. For me, I felt it. I don't know. I felt it. Energy does not lie. Come on. And so, yeah, I started noticing that. And then, okay. So then when the day that I left, especially when they knew this person who was acting like they were so nice, when they knew that I wasn't going to be flirtatious with them or anything like that, that's when things like started to shift to the left. They weren't so spiritual. They weren't so nice. And to me, because I've been through enough. I was just like, okay, I'm still solid on my answer, y'all. When I feel like something is that I need to do something and it's very intense like that, I am very solid on what I do and solid on my answer. I'm solid on it. I'm gonna stay on it, and that's what it is. So, which is okay, because some people, it's gonna make people run. It's gonna make a lot of people run from you, um, and they're gonna make you feel kind of weird. But I promise you, they will come back. I promise you. More than likely, they're gonna come back, because when they try to do the same thing for the next person, see, the next person might not be as tolerant as you, and usually they are not. Usually, this is how it happens. They find someone, they're gonna do the same thing to you, whether you're in a relationship or a business relationship, any kind of dynamic, and they're being toxic. Like I told you, they're gonna try to put you in a light that is very negative. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, they're gonna put you in a light that is negative. Sorry, y'all. I'm not like moving all my clothes off. It's just my tops, because I need to go and exercise. So yeah, they're gonna move you. They're gonna move you into devalue you and try to put you into a negative spotlight while they're pumping up the next person and grooming them. When that person wakes up and realizes, like, hey, this is not working. I see why this person, leave. Either they leave before, or they don't get the same quality. The person, they leave before you because they realize that, what they're doing is not what it is. Yeah, either they leave before you did, even quicker than you did. They don't get the same results because this person probably don't have the qualifications. They meet their match. They find somebody who, they wanted to try to pump up in front of you. Now this person's not performing like you, so now they gotta revert. Like, dang, this ain't working. They're not gonna admit to you. They're not gonna admit to you that what you were saying was right. They're not gonna admit to you that all the hard work you did was valid, and that it had it meant something. They're not gonna tell you that. What they're gonna do, oh shoot, what they are gonna do is try to find you. They're gonna try to find you, and they're gonna try to come back as if nothing has ever happened. Okay, that's what they're gonna do. Don't think of it as they've changed, or they had a change of heart, and they had some issues that became better. They are in the space that they're at. They are in the space that they are at because they can't find anyone that's giving off that supply, that's giving off that energy, that's giving off that love and affection and attention that you, and attention to detail. If it was a job, that care, that level of care, they couldn't find that anywhere else. Okay, now they're seeing that it is one of a kind, and that what you do is not for the play. They can't find it anywhere. That was a privilege. That was a gift. Okay, now they're understanding that. Okay. But for you, you need to say it's too late. Okay, let's go this way. Sorry, y'all. I have a motion sensor like apartment, so everything is energy efficient, so it only pops open. The light only comes on when you walk. So you see the hallway is down like empty or dark, and you see this hallway is lit. So yeah, kind of cool sometimes. I know when I walked in here, like I want to say like 4 years ago, when I first came, it was kind of hard for me because it was not picking up. It would not pick up when I walked because I was darker. So weird. I was like, what? The light's gonna be discriminating? No, just like. But anyhow, so yeah, they're going to give you that. They're gonna find out. Look, they can't find someone else like you. So what do? They want to be in close proximity. The whole time they actually have been in close proximity with you. You just have not understood that. You haven't understood it, and maybe you have. Because I've seen it multiple times, and um, at this point in my life, I don't give a rat's behind. At this point in my life, like I said, I don't give a rat's behind. What I just do is keep living my life and close off. Let them see from the nosebleeds. They don't get to have access. Don't give those people access to you. Because like I said, they most of the times those people haven't realized. They haven't realized what they've done. They're not repentant. They're not repentant for what they did to you, how they treated you. They are not. Understand they are not. I don't give a care what kind of gifts you got. You might have benefited a little bit from being around them. Um, but it wasn't, it was at the expense of being devalued, being, harmed and things like that. So you got to understand that. You have to understand that. If they thought you were of value, they would have made things right while you were there, while you were with them. But they didn't. You have to understand that. Um, yeah, do not let them in. They are not repentant. They have not made, they had a change of heart. They had a revelation. No, it's because that source, that other person, that they had already, was already grooming, is not producing results like you did. They're not shining like you did. They're not giving them that feel that you give to them. That is basically what it is. Okay? That's what it is. And so, um, yeah, that's basically what it is. It wasn't because they really like you or they just had a change of heart and they're running back to you. It's because you were the best thing cooking. Nobody could feed them like you feed them. And when I say feed, I mean energetically. They couldn't they couldn't hang. The way that you made them feel, the way that you made them look, by your skills, by your skill sets, by your golden mind. Some people will use your mind. A lot of these people, not just corporations, but a lot of people, they know that you have a golden mind. You got a golden ticket. I had that with myself, some of the ideas, and you try to help them, and the next thing you know, they're using your ideas without giving you credit. And you're like, well, maybe that's just the process. They try to make you feel like that, but then they end up giving somebody else credit for what they do. you know. Oh, well, we all work as a team. It shouldn't matter about the name titles and things like that. But yet and still, you're doing the work of a person who has a title, who has the same title. Not has the same title, who has a higher title than you. And then this person is getting promoted while you need more time. You need to show more work. And this person is doing less. No, they knew what that was. You have to understand that. Just give them some space and don't let them back in. When I say don't. You don't need a person. Anybody who has left you, God has shown me this. Anybody who has left you was not included in your destiny. Anybody who has taken the time to leave you, they were not included in your destiny. They were not included in your destiny. Okay? And I'm not talking about somebody who takes some time to work on themselves to be prepared to come back. I'm talking about a toxic person who literally tried to force you to get out because that's what they'll do. But yeah, that's what I dealt with this morning. I dealt with somebody trying to make themselves come right back on in, and partake and have the mitigated audacity to partake in my good blessings. Try to, because it ain't happening. Once you leave from me, especially if you start acting a fool, I'm already gonna keep you at a distance. But you already started acting a fool. I don't have to make a big scene. I'm gonna tell you how things are now. If I have some kind of emotional ties with you, meaning that we were friends or something. And I've even learned that even as I'm getting older. You don't have to announce everything. If you already said it once, 2 times, I try to do it at least 3 times, and nothing changes, leave. Leave. There are better people out there. There are people who will respect you, who will give you the time of day, and who will elevate you. You do not need anyone. You don't have to beg to be promoted. You don't have to beg to do anything, because one thing that they know, I'm telling y'all, when people who are like that and they snoop around, one thing that they know that you about your business. One thing that they know that you are about your stuff. Okay? Because if you wasn't, they would have tried to get rid of you before. They wouldn't even had it. Toxic people don't try to have people who are not about their business around them. They're not the people that are gonna be, I'm gonna elevate you. Unless they can control. You might, if they're not about their business, they have to have something that's gonna make them look good. It might be somebody who's very attractive. They have some kind of gifts, or they have a lot of money. They're not gonna have a goal. They're not gonna be around people who are no value to them. Who they feel that are less value than them. So um, understand that. Understand that. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad when these shifts change. Because I was tripping. When I say I was tripping when this first happened, I was tripping. I was tripping, tripping, tripping. But guess what? I don't trip anymore. I don't trip anymore. Okay? You just keep shining. Do not let those people in. Do not let those people in. Um, on a positive note, um, and this is intentional. You have to be intentional as far as what you put out into your sphere. You have to be intentional with who you connect yourself with. You have to be intentional. Be intentional, okay? Because these people, one thing you can learn about somebody who's toxic, they are intentional. They are intentional about who and what they come to, how they climb over people. I had one person to tell me, I don't even go around people who are not, who I can't benefit off of, who are not equal or higher. So, and I was like, okay, that kind of seems, I'm thinking in my head, that kind of seems fair. But as his actions, I noticed that the reason why is because this person would literally climb. When you're an actual a person that is intentional, and you're actually a kind person, or you what we call normal, the state of normalcy is getting crazy around here too. You're not gonna intentionally just talk to the people who are equal or above you, because you know that some people you have to be around to inspire, to motivate, to promote yourself. It's a flow. Not to say that you're going to always be around those type of people, because it's going to be unbalanced, but you need to have a healthy balance. This person was not like that. It was just a climb, 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 climb. Um, and I started noticing that, and it took me aback, okay? And I think that I made this person very upset with me, because when I see that, I'm like, okay, I see what this person is on. Don't entertain them. I won't say don't add value to people, because you're supposed to do that regardless, just even you going next to someone. If you're not adding value, you're taking away automatically. But don't feed into it. Don't promote this individual. Like, don't give them all your energy. Don't invest more into them, because they're not going into you. They're about climbing. They're about succeeding at any cost. You know, you have people who are like that, okay? And this person that I came into contact with is a pure example of it. Pure. And not only that, he even said it, I don't even do anything at work. I don't even do this. He would have other people to literally do his work. I couldn't even make it up. And I'm like, how y'all sitting here doing this? Me, it ain't gonna happen, baby. I barely have enough energy to even try to do my work and the private things that I need to do with my life. I'm not adding on nobody's task. I'm not adding on nobody's task unless they trying to add to me, or it's growth together. Other than that, you can kick rocks. You can. Um, and so, yeah. Um, shoot. Yeah, so, poop over it. Over it. When I say over it, that's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. Give them distance. Give those people distance. They gave you that time. They thought that you was just going to be there forever. Give them time to marinate. And once they learn it, and once they see, do not give them access back. Live your life. Live your life. You will get a better job. I promise you, you will. You will get a much greater job, and it to the point where you will say, why did I even waste my time to sit there and deal with this kind of crap? Why didn't I leave sooner? You're going to find a relationship to the point where, I'm telling y'all, even with, if you're dealing with somebody in a relationship or stuff like that, and they're very toxic, I promise you, when you work on yourself, and either you left or they got rid of you, when you work on yourself and you start seeing the benefits, you start attracting the right kind of people. You start finding somebody that you be like, I don't even know why I even gave this person the time of day. I literally had to laugh at myself because I said, now, why would I even care about um why would I even care about what this person did or said when I never cared about this person? I never liked this person in this way. They was just so manipulative to the point where they was like, oh, they came and worked, like, really worked on your emotions, tried to stay close to you, and then tried to break you down. you know, you're like, okay. And then when you find someone, you leave that and you find somebody better. I'm telling you, you're like, well, why am I even here? You just laugh like, I can't even believe I took all that time and they're just running, and I'm so much better. I'm so much better. Like, why? And so that's what you need to um that's what you need to have. That's what you need to do. Um yeah. Give them give them space. They can see what you're doing because you don't have time to be focusing on them. You're working on being better. That's what brought them there. And now they can have all the views. They don't have to go and hide. They don't have to go and hide to see what you're doing. Because most of the times when this happens, God is putting you on display to give them some understanding about dealing with you. Give them some space. Give them some space and some time, and let them watch from the nosebleeds. I'm gonna get off of here because I'm already at the gym. Hopefully, something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned. The Journey to Jerusalem.